Hello, welcome to this video cast to subscribers to Canon Q. Gonna connect some dots today. I was watching Iconic.com last night, Jamie Ike's show. As I said, David Icke's youngest, the co-creator, founder of Iconic. And he was speaking to a doctor, a genuine doctor, called Larry Cook, and talking about vaccines, not just about the fake COVID vaccine, just about vaccines in general, and the MMR vaccine, which is close to my heart, literally because I have autism on the Asperger's spectrum, which is why I look a bit spazzy on here. I'm talking to someone. It's just, I don't know how to put it. I don't mean to like that. It's just how it is. And I had the MMR vaccine as a kid, and I'm not mad at my parents. I were initially, but now I've got older. There's no point, and A, there's no point, and B, the system want us to be mad angry, and they want that energy, so more about that later. And it's what it causes in MMR vaccine, and this is not just me saying it. I remember Dr. Wakefield I remember all that going off. And these are what people have found over the years in these vaccine vials. Aluminium, or as he said, American aluminum, but I'm English, so that aluminium and mercury. Neurotoxins, which there's a certain gene, I can't remember the name of the gene, why some people get affected on average more than others. And these heavy metals poison the brain, which causes, these are medical terms now, mental retardation, Asperger's, autism, which is like autoimmune diseases, all these diseases, disease disharmony. And obviously a lot of autistic people are non-verbal, low functioning, and people come to me, parents, and of course when you go to the medical establishment, well, it's the vaccine that caused the death of a child, sadly, or it caused autism, and oh no, we're right with the doctors, with the handwriting energy. You get all that, don't you? You get all that nonsense. That's what you get. But parents come to him, and some of the medical establishment have woke up, not many, and regret doing it. And people have been actually detoxified, and non-verbal kids have ended up speaking again. And even adults can get what you just say cure. I mean, it's not impossible, but if you get toxins out straight away, I mean, the fat will put in the body's madness, but gives the best chance to heal. It'd probably cure my Asperger's, and I'd not sound normal, but I'd sound more clear in what I want to say. Because I'm aware that I don't come across the best on camera. I talk too fast, my speech is slurred. But once you start understanding that I've got these heavy metals floating around my body, this is not me saying that, this is a peer, not just me, the peer review studies, genuine ones, proper ones, and it does make sense. There's no wonder I feel anxious, there's no wonder I feel depressed a lot of the time, there's no wonder I'm just emotions. It's like Ronnie O'Sullivan going to Snooker Satendra on his YouTube channel. You were alright where I was just a bunch of emotions, I'm just a bunch of emotions, no good. I'm like that, David Icke's pretty level, where me with my Asperger's, my autism, I'm just a bunch of emotions. It's no good. But, yeah, go over and watch it. Iconic.com, you get a 7-day free trial. Jamie Ike Show, it's called the Jamie Ike Show. Larry Cook, it's the last video he won last night. And it's very eye-opening if people are worried about vaccinating children. I mean, my advice is stay away from vaccines. It's like you call anti-vaxxer. And I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm not anti-vax, as a response, which I do understand, but yeah, I'm anti-vaxxer because it's about saving lives. The death damage instruction is ridiculous. When there's more natural and healthy ways to live. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Eating good meat. This is a debate about we should be vegetables, but let's just say eating good meat, vegetables, balanced diet, obviously healthy water. Keep it simple, but we go away from that. It's like in shops. You can buy in Britain. People say want to legalise cannabis. The thing is that David Icke pointed out, when they want to do it, like through the NHS, they want to make people placid. The idea is to have it, in my view, is to have it stay calm and still function. Like good supreme CBD is it? But the CBD, I found like this is the male part of the plant. We've gone on all directions, haven't we? This is Asperger's. THC is the female part of the plant. Now, I don't believe in the majority of people. You can buy CBD in shops in Britain, but you can't buy THC. Now, in my view, it should be informed consent, above 18 and all that. You can buy cigarettes and alcohol. Look at the damage they do. But yet you can't buy THC sweets or edibles. And I've had them and they are relaxing and you have a good time. Shouldn't be used all the time. It is escapism. But I think you do need sometimes, as long as you realise that you're all that as it can be, we know what we're here to do, just that we need that escapism to reset a little bit. But the point is, cannabis cures cancer. It helps with anxiety and depression. Why don't they want to have THC? Oh, it gets people a bit giddy. Because they do. If we're in a high state, let's go on an energetic level, spiritual level. If we're in a high state of consciousness, and when we leave this body after 70, 80, 100 years, if you look at it, you go through the room past, not you won't even see it, you're about the simulation. Is that? I don't know, I'm saying that. I'm saying, God, just putting that out there. I'm making that because we're medicalised people. Oh, you must have your vaccines. You must get toxified. Yeah. These vaccines cause death, destruction, mayhem, Asperger's. And I'm not doing this to pity me. I'm doing it from understanding. I want to understand what's going on in the world. It's not all feel sorry for it, I'm genuinely fascinated. And I do feel for the people out there with autism, with its low function, high function in the middle. It's such a wide spectrum. It's on the rise. People say they just diagnose it more. I used to think that a little bit, but even when I was seeing rising autism, the number of people with deafness, they won at a football match the other day or at playoff finals. I mean, I'm not a Sheffield Wednesday fan, I'm a Sheffield United fan. Though I would like them both in Premier League chasing for the top two. So I think it'd be good for the City. And cricket and snooker's more my bag. Even golf, cricket, particularly test match cricket, for Joe's cricket, and snooker's more my bag. But again, we're going in all directions. But yeah, I saw a library deficit, and it's just sad that society is, because we're disabled, we're disease, disharmony. We need to control. If we're a fit, healthy population, I don't really want to fight, but we can stand as power's infinite consciousness and go, we are not having this. We are not tolerating this tyranny. We're not doing it. And I'm sorry for going in all directions, but I said I was going to kick some doors. And if you barely out of the womb and knit with a tidal wave of toxic shite. I mean, before the COVID docs in Australia, you must have your kid vaccinated or you face consequences. You're not allowed to have kids or your kids will be taken on all this, what they come out with. It's intimidation, and we need to stand when there's power and not let it happen. If we think the only thing that's going to protect us is vaccine, it's like they pointed out, they want to vaccinate everything that moves, and they can't see any other way that everything has to be treated with freaking vaccine. They were never needed. Dr. Larry Cook pointed out that in homeopathy, Domidoki, you can't dilute a substance so it's all gone. No, you don't understand it. They did homeopathy genuinely it had good effects on an energetic level, not at a chemical level, as Larry Cook put it. So, just putting stuff out there. Because we need to understand. Now I want to move on to my second subject, the nature of reality. What people call the paranormal. There's nothing power about it. It's normal. It's things that can and does happen. if it's not faked. You fake channels out there, just stop it. You know you are. Stop faking paranormal content. You absolute bellends. Right. I'm in a daft mood today. He's... I want to talk about orbs. They seem to be... Mostly, it's just particles and pollen. I do agree. But I do believe you can get what some call an energetic light, either still frame or moving. It's much brighter white light. It is star manifestation because, like David Attenborough puts, it's like two radio stations or a dial. They can't symbolically of this reality. They can't interfere with each other if they're close on the dial. Well, these realities, these entities, can't interact with the close on the dial. You've still got the main one, this reality or this distortion. They can sometimes appear as a full apparition. Different entities, evil, good, whatever, loving entities, all the lot. But it takes a lot of energy. A lot of it's subtle, and yeah, spirits can move stuff, but it can be also, as I've talked about before, telekinesis. It can be a bit of everything. Where I'm going with this is this. I believe in all possible ways to manifest. We don't know everything. As Socrates said, or supposed to say in ancient Greece, wisdom is knowing how little we know. It means, as I've said in mine, so it's open you don't believe everything, but you're open to the possibility that if you researched it, you know it's rubbish or you know it's true, you're open to that possibility. So, yeah, I do believe that orbs exist, but not in the way people say all the time. Ouija boards, yeah, they can be manipulated, but spirits can move them. Again, go to iconic.com, look at David Holt, psychic medium. He's using, look how he talks about them. Hollywood scares people with them. From The Exorcist. And then dowsing crystals, yeah, they can manipulate, but generally I've kept as still as I can, and I've got the relevant answers. Now, one win with this is this. I'm sick of people attacking equipment and saying, this don't work, that don't. And it's fine going old school call out. But I think you need a mixture of everything. Calling out, equipment, not using it. I think you need to try everything in the book. Wisdom is knowing how little we know. Let's stop going, well, that don't work, and spitting dummy out. It's like spirit. Do I believe in apps? Yeah and no, but the spirits can manipulate it. Don't many people talk about the Equivox. Nah, but David out in the Hellfire Caves, again, going on iconic.com with Phil Meese. Phil Meese, and all the names come through. It could be ordered up. But the thing is, visual pareidolia is easy to explain. I can look over there now, there's a couple of marks on the wall, 3 marks, but if you look for long enough, yeah, you pick out a fish. Pareidolia. Thing is, we order up, we're trying to make sense of chaos, but when I'm speaking, I'm not speaking words. I'm speaking vibration that is picked up electrically by the ear and it's coded into language. Apparently we call this English. You get Chinese called Mandarin. You get Indian language. You get all these different accents, languages, everybody decodes it. If a spirit uses it and something comes through clear, we're decoding it as we decode someone speaking. I don't think that's pareidolia. I'm allowed my view. I'm sick of people saying this is how it is, that's not how it is, right energy, and spitting the fucking dummy out. It's all about. Anyway, I'm on one. I'm passionate about the nature of reality. So, yeah, I think when you can't make out a noise, you try to make out. Yeah, it's like an EVP if it's muffled, but when it's clear, it's different. So, I do believe in EVP recorders, I do believe the spirit bottle. You've got to believe in all possibility. How arrogant would it be me to sit here and say, that definitely works, if I'm not sure. That definitely doesn't, if I'm not sure. How? Thing is, we are electromagnetic beings, we are spirits. We are all made up of electromagnetic fields. That's how spirits can manipulate devices. I'm not telling people to believe it. I'm just having my view. Because I've been watching a few things and I like a few things. Things bug me. I'm just trying to give constructive criticism. I do apologise if I come across as a dick. I don't mean to. I'm just very passionate about it, that's all. And I'm more of a right brain thinker. Ideally, you want him a whole brain. But I'm more of a right brain thinker. I think David Hart's more whole brain, but Jamie Hart's is because they did an experiment with Neil Hagen. If you fall down a certain way, you're a left brain thinker, whole brain, or right brain. Maybe he is more but to get out there. But Jamie Hart did that fall down things apparently he's whole brain. I mean, people say it's just an experiment. Yeah, it is, but we've got to be open to it. Gareth Hart's probably more right brain, but. So I'm more of a right brain thinker. So, as I said, I struggle with left brain stuff. But that means I'm open to the more mysterious, the infinite, the true I, the infinite love is the only truth, everything else is illusion. We are infinite awareness, we are state of being aware, all that ever is, all that is, all that ever can be. We're all one consciousness and different experiences. I've done this for a while. Infinite love is the only truth, everything else is illusion. We are infinite awareness, we are state of being aware. All that ever is, all that ever was, all that can be. We are all one consciousness and different experiences. We are the true I. And that's what's been hidden, and the global cult know this. That's how I believe and know the nature, reality, spirituality, power, the paranormal, call it will, is real. If they had the knowledge to control people, to keep humanity in a small box that it's in, get it to identify with the body, think the world's solid, see things as a partners when they're not. That's how they control people. So that's how I come to my conclusions. Again, it's just information. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not saying you must believe that. I'm just literally just saying what I feel in my heart. I'm speaking my truth, and then David Hart's speaking the truth, no matter what it is. And I do believe I'm speaking my truth, but the truth in what's been hidden. But it's called free speech. If people get wound up by it, they get wound up by it. But I've not had a rant on it for a long time. But again, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just speaking my truth of what I feel. Everybody else is having their say as it should be. Well, I mean, man says it should be. It should be a free society to discuss these things. But yeah, we should try and debunk stuff when things happen. But sometimes you can see over debunking where something's happened and you can be climbing on tables and that. And it's like, but it didn't happen like that. But I do appreciate people go to that lens. You got to see it from that point of view. But a lot of people go still with left side of brain. I'm more right brain. I think you've got to create. But I think you need both better debunk and then better visuals what's going on. But people do great work with paranormal. I mean, I love watching my haunted hotel. I don't agree with everything they're saying do, but I defend the right to do it. I think the project's amazing. I think the idea's amazing. It's a bit like Iconic, they always come up with new ideas for new series and different ways of doing it. So, on the whole, it's good. Nobody's going to agree with everybody the way they just vote on. If they met me, they'd agree with some stuff I do, and they'd probably agree with some stuff I don't do. But I'm infinite conscious, I think I can handle it. It's as it should be. But yeah, Greystone. I mean, in my view, if it were my hotel, I wouldn't have allowed it in. But then you've got to look at it from the other point of view. We've got to investigate its energy and what it does and not try not to be scared of it. And if David Icke went and he'd stand in its power like in the Hellfire Caves, I'd want to go in David Icke and get a bollocking, but not in a rant, not in a stress way, not in a rant, just establishing the power with that energy that's not with demonic demons calling the shots. Because why do those demons have names? Well, maybe this global cult, when they communicate with him or detect form, whatever, they know about this stuff and have names and like, is it Mirror and Arabas and stuff like that? But so you've got to say it. I mean, would they ever get rid of the Great Dog? Well, that's up to them. But where's it gonna go? And it has got demonic attachments. There's something wrong with it. The room's been stinking of garlic, pungent smells. But and again, we are getting evidence about the nature of reality. So you've got to see it from all sides. You know what I mean? You know? Because we're living in a society now with the world, it has to be my view and this and that and I'm right and all that, which is a very, very dangerous road to go down. Very dangerous society. It should be free. We should be able to discuss things as an adult. Not just about the paranormal, the nature reality. We need to get away from calling it the paranormal. Because it is normal. It's as natural as the air we breathe. when you start calling it true spirituality or spirituality, the naturalist, and the esoteric, good or bad, or the esoteric's neutral, it's kind of loving energy, okay energy, or dark energy. You need to start calling it what it is, esoteric. In my view. And I've been tired. But yeah, it's just the best stuff in mind. I've been wanting to say stuff for a long time, but I just, again, I hope I'm not coming across as a dick. All I am doing is just saying what I feel. You know, what people do with it is literally, it's up to them. It's just that I'm just sharing information. I'm just sharing my passion about these subjects. I told you we're going to connect some dots today. There's been in Cardiff with a car, aren't there? I mean, these things, they drum up. Again, you can have a tension in society. They could put 253 I mean, like, if somebody get beat up, like, for example, a black bloke, because that's how they operate with that mentality of the system, gets thinking that way. And then, boom, it's off. With this, like, get killed in a car crash or something. Then there was something drubbing. And that one in Westminster, you can't get in there for security. These things, in my view, are problem, that's the solution. They create the problem, offer the solution. Oh, we have to take my freedoms away because this has happened now. These things are the time made to happen. And to get, like, in Cardiff, they can build that tension, make things kick off. Because, again, these entities, these demons, they control the world because we allow them through someone take form into reptilian serpentine, and then also talked about it. And they rule the world through this global cult that I expose. David Icke does a lot better than me on greater length, or greater length than me. So yeah, there's been a lot happening. Just up oil. Again, these things are going to happen. In Chelsea Flower Show, blocking the road with a guy wanted to get pushed him out of the way because he got arrested. I think he got released. I think I mentioned it, but of course they get praised. They've been type of people to just stand there, put a nappy on, shit themselves, and want police to change them. I'm taking piss out of just stuff like that. But people are psychologically damaged. The Met Office, I shared some, I think it was Aidan McGibbon talking about them. In 2050, it's going to be like 43 degrees and 40 odd 30 degrees in Britain as an average summer temperature. It's just scaremongering. I've heard all this before. They heard on the Met Office yesterday, we can't because of warming climate. They say it's been a warmer than average spring. I think it's been cold than average, but it's like March come out warmer than average, but we had all that snow and ice for ages. You're shitting chance, but the shit they can put all the one in the computer systems. But you can't forecast weather these days more accurately than 10 days. They help themselves. But yeah, we have to suspend all belief and we can get it right for 2050. Oh, no, we're looking at these ensembles and what could I... They have these ensembles and they run these computer models loads of times. I'm sat there watching thinking, but I can daydream that stuff in my head. It's possibility and probability. It's literally the nature of reality. They should just let weather be weather. They do manipulate the jet stream at all. They do chemtrails. I mean, every time the sun's come out, the chemtrails gone out. No wonder it's not gone past 25 degrees. It's been done on purpose. It probably would have happened. And then if the climate is warm, which it's not yet, global temperatures, generally people looked into it, in the 1990s and 2000s peaked. I think Gareth Hart, it runs the website, davidhart.com. He shared something from David Hart 2008. I've seen before the BBC admitted that on his website, not his TV station, that global temperatures have been lowering now in 2008. But that's actually worse than warming, but it's natural variation. But just let the weather be weather. And you can control weather because what is weather? It's a flow of energy. There was something in the 1950s in Linton, Lynmouth, where there was a massive rainstorm, but there was something happening with the David Arnold's a bit than me, an aircraft up above, which even then didn't reflect the weather. I mean, people have done the rain dances and tuned, and I think if you really tune in, like telekinesis, we can play alter the weather, but I think we can do more minutes stuff than we realise. You've got to be open to the possibility. Yeah, man knows it's control. Oh, for as long as we know. I mean, back in ancient world when it were peaceful, probably not, but just that way to be weather. Again, I'm just surmising some stuff as well. But, you know, it's scaremongering. People get the power. Oh, I've slowed down. People in India used to go out and 40 degrees all the time. But again, like I said, well, when that happened last year, I mean, not going to be manufactured being that heat up, but it's very warm period. We'd have had the 25 as the one that split pink above us. But yeah, Heathrow and Connors, Lincolnshire. It's gone from I'm tired, but the planes went past and it's part of the runway and as the temperature falls positive, they would say it should be in a certain place, but it's alright when it suits them. So there's a lot of false positives. There were one in 2006, but we dispute because it was new. Where a road or cars were daft. So, you know, did we? I don't think we did. Even if we did, you know, would the time the planet did best with the many warm period, and what causes it is the sun. There's a lag time between CO2, carbon dioxide, which is the gas alive. I think we're around 250 parts per million. If we went to zero, that'd be it. There'd be no life, there'd be no human, no anything. If we get to 150 parts per million, plant life starts to die, and lower than that we do. It's not that there's not enough. It's not that there's too much carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. There's not enough. The minimum, or for the optimum, should be 2,000 parts per billion, but more the merrier. If we had 4,000 parts per billion, a lot better, more vegetation. Since we had the Industrial Revolution with fossil fuels, the world got greener. So fossil fuels good for the world. You got to bear in mind because the world's got greener. Symbolically, Patrick, I think it's different Patrick Moore, who were approaching symbolically midnight in the 1800s. Then we lowering carbon dioxide and CO2, then it went up. But there's a lag time, and what's mainly up there is water vapour and clouds. CO2 is not to do carbon dioxide with temperature. It's the oceans that warm the way, it's the other way around. Now we've gone from La Nina and El Nino. That's the natural ways I've admitted. But trying to focus by the somewhere going, oh yeah, but it's an ensemble, we can't say it's going to do a certain day, but it might do this, and we get an easterly wind coming over Lambert because it's warm. I mean, we're barely at 25 degrees, mate. Even in North America. I know they have that heat wave again in Spain, but probably because La Nina and El Nino, maybe. And now they're in low pressure systems. My sister lives in Spain, she'll be happy. Not. With a dry weather, it's cloudy, it's a cloudy habit, and it can be high, really sunny high pressure. I am really tired now. I've like gone for half an hour. Gone into all sorts. I'm going to wrap it up because I'm tired. You can tell. Been up early. Yeah, take care. It's just information, folks. Just relax. Make it what you wish. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. That's my disclaimer. See you later. Over and out. Take care. Bye.